Good evening all. Am I audible? Can you hear me? Am I audible? Okay, today we will be having the last session of most important topics for Prelims 2020, that is PrelimsDhyan. Today we will be having the last episode or last session, and today I will be focusing on certain important aspects from economic survey and other miscellaneous topics. I'll be giving certain inputs regarding other important topics you should be focusing, like how the art and culture topics can be identified, or how the modern India questions will be there. You can relate certain aspects of these to your static content also. Primarily I will be focusing on economic survey and related miscellaneous topics related to Prelims 2020. Okay, the thing is, I think we had around 9 or 10 sessions on most important topics. Almost I gave around 20 topics per day. That means around 150 to 200 topics in the period. These topics will be important for your Prelims 2020, and it doesn't mean that you are going to get these topics in your Prelims 2020, but it can help in identifying at least certain answers in your Prelims 2020, and I believe that there will be certain questions similar to these topics may reflect in your Prelims 2020 also. So the thing is, you have only 5 days more, so revise more and do go through your notes and static portions. Static portion is very important. Do not go for new current affairs which you don't know. Just go through these topics, and if you have any note or any material you were completely focusing on, revise it more. It will be beneficial rather than studying new topics. Okay, and that's it. We will be starting the first topic, that is the process of creative destruction. All these points are from economic survey. I have identified certain topics from economic survey, so that the questions from economic survey, if there is one, you will be benefited. Okay, the first topic is the process of creative destruction. It was suggested in economic survey of 2020, that is, in creative destruction, it refers the incessant product and process innovation mechanism by which new production units replace outdated ones. So these ideas have been inculcated within the economic survey, and it states that the newer production technologies and innovations in the industrial production will be replacing the older or outdated ones. That is, the creative destruction is not, it is a process of destruction of outdated one, but creating better opportunities and better production mechanism. For example, the adoption of this computer and related systems, all those resulted in destruction of several industrial units because of mechanization, etc., but it helps in improving the quality of industrial production. Okay, so this is process of creative destruction. The first one is creative destruction. If there is a question on creative destruction, you can remember this basic definition, that is, new production unit replace outdated one. For example, internet, artificial intelligence, etc. So there can be a question like, in which of the following you can see creative destruction or methods of creative destruction. You can suggest that it can be seen in industrial production, especially in industrial production we can see this. Okay, so this is the process of creative destruction. It was mentioned in your economic survey 2020. Okay, the first point is the process of creative destruction. The second one is it was already in last year's economic survey, the Dutch disease, it was there in 2019 economic survey as well. In 2020 economic survey also there is a point on Dutch disease. That is, it is just a concept that describes an economic phenomenon where a rapid development of one sector of the economy precipitates or results in a decline of other sectors. For example, if consider a situation where a natural resource has been found on certain parts of country. In India, we can say that the eastern districts or central eastern districts where we have mineral resources, that has resulted in development of natural resource industries in our eastern districts, but it has resulted in decline of other sectors like secondary and tertiary sectors, especially tertiary sectors has failed to develop in those regions. That is a result of Dutch disease. This process is known as Dutch disease. It can be seen in the region of Dutch, so that it is named as Dutch disease. That is a development of certain sector, especially the natural resources, a sector of natural resources, mining like industries developing in a certain area. Then the other sectors in those regions may get affected due to overdevelopment of these primary industries. Okay, and it is also often characterized by a substantial appreciation of domestic currency. That is, for example, this Dutch disease may result in development of export-oriented business. For example, a development of mining industry or aluminum industry can ensure development of export business may develop because of that, but the issue is it will be underdeveloping the other sectors. The Dutch disease is paradoxical situation where good news for one sector, that is one sector will be developing in a very fast pace, at the same time there will be a negative impact on country's overall economy. That is, there will be a negative impact on country's overall economy as well. Okay, because other sectors may not develop. In India, in a country like India, it will be affecting a certain regions of that country. For example, in India, the disease can be seen in eastern districts, because in that region we are primarily focusing on natural resources and mineral bound industrial processes, and that has resulted in underdevelopment of tertiary sector or service sectors. That has resulted in underdevelopment of those regions. That is Dutch disease. Okay, just understand the basics of Dutch disease. And next one is an international organization, that is Mercosur trade bloc. Mercosur trade bloc, that is, it is officially known as Southern Common Market in South American trade bloc. That is, it is located primarily in the South American regions. Okay, it is located in South American regions, and it is established by Treaty of Ascension in 1991 and Protocol of Oro Preto in 1994. Okay, there can be a question on these points, that is Treaty of Ascension and Protocol of Oro Preto. That is, the question can be like that, to which of the following Treaty of Ascension or Protocol of Oro Preto is related? That can be a question, so you should also understand this. The Mercosur is related to, or Treaty of Ascension and Protocol of Oro Preto is related to Mercosur, and the full members of Mercosur are Argentina, Brazil, Paraguay and Uruguay. The 4 countries of South American region is full members of Mercosur trade bloc, and Venezuela was a full member but has been suspended since December 2016, and there is associate countries including Bolivia, Chile, Colombia, Ecuador, Guyana, Peru and Suriname. Observer countries includes New Zealand and Mexico. That is a region related to South America and nearest points, that is New Zealand and Mexico. And also the associate members include other countries of South America, that is Bolivia, Chile, Colombia, Ecuador, Guyana, Peru and Suriname. You just need to understand that the full members of Mercosur trade bloc is Argentina, Brazil, Paraguay and Uruguay, or BAPU. That is Brazil, Argentina, Paraguay and Uruguay. Venezuela was there, but it has been suspended in 2016. And the next one is associate members includes Bolivia, Chile, Colombia, Ecuador, Guyana, Peru and Suriname. And observer countries includes New Zealand and Mexico. Even if the question asks for associate countries and full member, you can easily eliminate the options. Whenever there is a question on international organization and the members of that, you can easily identify or eliminate the members, because there will be a obvious not a member choice. There will be a certain countries that is obvious that it is not a part of that international organization. For example, whenever there is a question on Mercosur, there will be certain countries like UK, US, Japan, etc. At least one will be in your option. The basic speciality of members of Mercosur trade bloc is all are part of South American region. If there is a country from other trade blocs or other regions or other continents, you can identify it is never a part of Mercosur. The only difference is New Zealand and Mexico. They are observer countries. Okay, but they are very close to South America. Mexico lies here and New Zealand lies here. That means very close to Mercosur. That so that you can eliminate, try to eliminate different countries if there is a question on these lines. Okay, that should be your idea. Okay, if you are identifying these obvious mistakes or these non-member countries, it will be easier to develop the process, or it will be easier to identify your answers. Try to focus on that. It will be beneficial for you. Okay, even if there is a question on other international organization, try to identify a pattern of that membership. There is some certain international organization where you cannot identify any patterns, but if you can identify a pattern, it will be very much helpful for your examination. If you can identify a pattern, just try to do so. That will be beneficial for you. Okay, that is Mercosur. And next one is authorized economic operator. That is, authorized economic operator is a voluntary program under the aegis of WCO or World Customs Organization, and it provides safe framework of standards to secure and facilitate global trade. That is, the authorized economic operator under World Customs Organization provides safe framework, or it is under safe framework of standards to secure and facilitate global trade. That is, AEO encompasses various players in international supply chain. That is, authorized economic operator is nothing but it is a voluntary program under WCO or World Customs Organization, and it will be helping to improve the quality of logistics in the global trade by certain benefits. It enables customs authorities to enhance the streamlined cargo security through close cooperation with principal stakeholders in supply chain, that is importers, exporters, logistic providers, custodians, terminal operators, all type of international global trade members can be a part of authorized economic operator. That is, it is a voluntary organization where multiple stakeholders participate with the World Customs Organization to provide a safe framework for international trade through providing data, through providing close cooperation. That is, each and every individual stakeholders will be collaborating with the entire supply chain so that there will be less chances of illegal trade. That is the primary idea of authorized economic operator. That is, authorized economic operator is nothing but a voluntary program by WCO where multiple or different types of organizational or different types of organization in global supply chain will be collaborating so that there is a less chance of illegal trades. That is the primary idea of authorized economic operator. Okay, next one is shadow banking. Shadow banking is not that it is a shadow of the banking system. That means banking, the idea of banking focuses on providing credit facilities and deposit savings facility for the individual. Shadow bank consists of a set of other activities like markets, contracts, institutions that operate partially outside the traditional commercial system or commercial banking system. All these encompasses shadow banking. That is, other than actual traditional commercial banking sector, all other sectors that directly deals with the financial activities comes under shadow banking. A shadow banking system can be composed of a single entity that intermediates between end suppliers and end users of fund. That is, it is nothing but a supply chain manager. You can say that single entity that act as an intermediary between two different entities. That is, a provider of fund and a creditor. We can say that it could involve it could even involve multiple types of entities so that it will act as a chain. That is, basically shadow banking is nothing but it is financial actions outside the traditional commercial banking sector. Okay. The issue of shadow banking system is it is risky and there is illiquid assets while its liability disposed to bank runs. There is a chance that there is a chance of bank runs in shadow banking. Just go through shadow banking, search for Google, search for shadow banking in Google, get an idea what is the role of NBFC in shadow banking. All these can be identified. Shadow banking ensures credit flow in India, but the issue is it is too risky. There is a chance of risk in shadow banking due to bank runs or there is illiquid assets. That is shadow banking. Okay, next one is Warsaw International Mechanism for Loss and Damage. One minute. Okay, that is loss and damage system. That is the Conference of Parties of UNFCCC. It is under it is under the aegis of UNFCCC. That is, it aims to address loss and damage associated with the impacts of climate change, including extreme events and slow onset events in developing countries that are particularly vulnerable to adverse effects of climate change. That is Warsaw International Mechanism. There can be a question on this. To which of the following Warsaw International Mechanism or loss and damage mechanism is related? The first point is it is under the aegis of UNFCCC, and second point is it aims to provide or aims to address the loss and damage associated with the impacts of climate change. That is, whenever there is a case of climate change or whenever there is an event resulted out of a climate change, it can be claimed under Warsaw International Mechanism for Loss and Damage. That is, it was adopted in November 2013 in Warsaw, Poland. The mechanism is established under UNFCCC. That is UNFCCC to assist developing countries. It is not provided for developed countries, rather it aims to assist developing countries that are particularly vulnerable to adverse effects of climate change. The functioning of Warsaw International Mechanism and Loss and Damage is it enhances the knowledge and understanding of comprehensive risk management or disaster risk reduction through information interchange, Second one is strengthening dialogue, coordination, coherence and synergies among relevant stakeholders, and enhancing action and support including finance, technology and capacity building. The basic points, that is strengthening the dialogue, information exchange, and also finance, technology and capacity building. In this session, you just need to understand that the Warsaw International Mechanism for Loss and Damage is under UNFCCC. It aims to address the climate change related or climate change associated loss and damage or loss and damage associated to climate change, including extreme events. There can be a statement that loss and damage mechanism does not include extreme events, but it is not correct because it includes extreme events and slow onset events. Both events are included under loss and damage. And second statement can be it is provided to both developed and developing countries. No, it is not. It is only provided to developing countries. That is Warsaw International Mechanism for Loss and Damage. Just go through the statements. Okay, just understand the basics. You need not focus on every other points from these. You just go through the very basic points on this PPT. I'll be sharing this PPT on all the WhatsApp groups and in the comment section of this video. You can download it later. The thing is, just understand what is it and what do you mean by this mechanism. Just understand that it is there in economic survey. There is a chance that we will be having a question on that. Okay, just go through the very basics. That is Warsaw International Mechanism for Loss and Damage. Next point is International Platform on Sustainable Finance, IPSF. That is International Platform for Sustainable Finance. That is International Platform on Sustainable Finance or IPSF. IPSF is a part of European Commission's ongoing work to support a global transition to a low carbon, more resource efficient, sustainable economy. That is, it is an activity or it is a program under European Commission's ongoing work. That is, it aims for a global transition to a low carbon and more resource efficient sustainable economy. That is, IPSF is under European Commission, and second one is it aims to provide for a global transition to a low carbon, more resource efficient sustainable economy. Okay, that is IPSF is under European Commission's ongoing work and it aims to provide for a global transition to a low carbon, more resource efficient sustainable economy. The members of the IPSF are European Union, relevant authorities from Argentina, Canada, Chile, China, India, Kenya, Morocco. That is, European Union is there, then Argentina is there, Canada is there, Chile is there, China is there, India is there, Kenya is there, Morocco is there. Okay. That is, these are the members of IPSF. The members of IPSF are European Union and relevant authorities from Argentina, Canada, Chile, China, India, Kenya and Morocco. Just go through the basic. That is, it aims to scale up the environmentally sustainable investment. India joined in the IPSF in October 2019. So it is very relevant for your prelims 2020. For example, there can be a question or there can be a statement suggesting that India is a founding member of IPSF. Is it correct? No, it is correct. It is not correct because India joined in October 2019, and this platform acknowledges global nature of financial market, which has the potential to help the finance of or a transition to a green low carbon economy. The main objectives are exchange and disseminate information, promote best practices in environmentally sustainable finance, compare the different initiatives and identify barriers and opportunities to scale up environmentally sustainable finance internationally while respecting national and regional contexts. That is, you need not focus on all these things, just understand that IPSF, International Platform for Sustainable Finance, that is, it is just a platform for providing sustainable finance. Okay, the basic idea of IPSF is IPSF can be identified from the name itself, that is IPSF, International Platform on Sustainable Finance. That means it is a platform related to sustainable finance. You can, if there is a statement on international platforms supports or provides fund for certain climate actions, you can eliminate that. Okay, just identify the objectives and the basics of these things from the name itself. Second thing you need to understand is under which organization, that is European Commission. It is under European Commission and the members includes EU, Argentina, Canada, Chile, China, India, Kenya and Morocco. India has joined in October 2019. The primary aim is to provide better policies, better platforms or better financial mechanisms available for countries in adopting, for countries to adopt new green economy models or low carbon economy models. That is the basic idea of IPSF. Okay. Just understand these things. If you can understand the basics of these things or basics of an objective of or idea of an international organization from the name itself, it will be very beneficial for you. That is, whenever you answer a prelims from UPSC paper or prelims questions or UPSC prelims question, you will be having certain topics, certain questions that will not be there in any of your notes. Okay, there is a chance that there will be certain questions which is totally unpredictable. So the thing is, whenever you answer certain questions, you need to focus on identifying or getting an idea on what it could be. Do not believe that you don't know and you are not gonna answer it. Identify that what can be done or what it could be. That is, whenever there is a statement on international platform on sustainable finance, you should just understand that it is a platform, it is a service, a platform as a service and provides for sustainable finance. You should understand the basic functioning, basic mechanism of organization from the given name itself. Okay, and try to give intuitions or try to identify, try to get a guesswork on that related to that. Relate your statements with the name if you don't know what it does mean. Okay, that is the primary idea of resolving MCQs for UPSC. Okay, you should eliminate your statements rather than giving more and more by hurting. Rather than by hurting, you should try to get an idea on eliminating your statements. Okay, just get an idea. For example, in the case of Mercosur, I have already discussed about Mercosur and I have stated that all the members of Mercosur comes from South American continent and the exception is New Zealand and Mexico. Both have observer status. Whenever there is a country stated in your option like India or US or UK or Japan, you should definitely eliminate it. Do not believe that or do not think in your examination that I have failed in identifying all the countries. No need of all the countries, no need of all the members of the country, or sorry, no need of all the countries which are participating in that organization. Just understand that the primary members of that organization comes from South America and the exception is New Zealand and Mexico. Just go through that, and whichever country is there in your option, it is wrong. It is not about your remembering skill, rather you can just eliminate it. Cut out your options with that country. The remaining will be your answer. Eliminate the most improbable, and the remaining will always be your answers. Okay, just understand that. You just need to understand the very basics of preparation. Just go through that. There is nothing else. Okay, keep your strength and believe in yourself and try to eliminate. You will definitely clear prelims. Okay, we will be moving to the next topic, that is green bonds. Green bonds was always news in past 2 or 3 years. Just go through that. Green bonds, that is nothing but green bond is a type of fixed income instrument. That is, it is a bond that is a fixed income instrument that is specifically earmarked to raise money for climate and environmental projects or green projects. That will be raising fund for green projects, and these bonds are typically asset linked and backed by the issuing entity's balance sheet, so they usually carry the same credit rating as their issuers other debtor obligation. For example, RBI is providing, consider RBI is providing a green bond, then it is linked to the balance sheet of RBI, and the same bond will be having the validity or credit rating of RBI's other bond. There is nothing less or nothing more. That is, the green bonds are debt securities issued by financial or non-financial or public entities where the proceeds are used to finance 100% green projects and assets. India has the second largest emerging green bond market after China. A number of government agencies have contributed to the issuance. Indian Renewable Energy Department, IREDA, and the Indian Railway Finance Corporation, IRFC. In 2018, SBI entered in the market with $650 million certified climate bonds. Just understand that what do you mean by climate bonds or green bonds. That is, it is a fixed income interest instrument or a debt security instrument issued by a financial or non-financial public entities, financial, non-financial or for public entities to back green projects. Just understand the basics. Okay. Next one is Climate Change Action Plan, CCAP. It was launched in 2014, which is a central sector scheme. With a total cost of 290 crores for 5 years to build and support capacity at central and state levels. Just understand that you need not focus on all the minute aspects of this. Climate Change Action Plan is a program that was launched in 2014 to enhance the capacity at central and state levels, to strengthen scientific and analytical capacity for climate change assessment, and also for establishing institutional framework and implementing climate actions. Okay, climate change action is initiated in 2014. Just understand that it is initiated in 2014. It was initiated in 2014 and it is it aims to provide capacity building in central and state level, including institutional mechanism. Just understand that there is nothing other than this is needed for your prelims. That is the only thing you need to have. Okay. If you have any doubts, please let me know. Let me know via the comment section. I will be answering that also. And after this session, there is one more talk, I believe. After this session, we will be having a doubt clearing sessions or confidence building measures for your prelims 2020. If you need any support, you can ask. I will also be giving certain static portion that is necessary for your prelims 2020. Go through that also. Just identify or just believe that you have learned enough. Okay, you have the capacity to crack prelims 2020. There is no issues in it. Only you can delay your success. Okay, you have already studied enough. There is nothing to worry about, and only you will be delaying your success. Do not worry about your success or failure now. Just focus on revision, and after October 4th 5 p.m. you can worry or worry not. Okay, if you are confident since till October 4 5 p.m. then there is no issues. You will definitely be happy after October 4 as well. Okay, do not worry. I know most of the people will be having confusions, and somebody would have been even thinking that I will not be giving prelims this year. I have not studied well. That is not the case. You have studied well. If you have confidence, go for it. You can definitely clear the examination. Okay, next one is National Educational Alliance for Technology, or NEET. Okay, National Educational Alliance for Technology, that is, it is a PPP scheme for using technology for better learning outcomes in higher education. That is, three things you should understand or relate with NEET, N-E-E-E, not N-E-E, NEET, rather N-E-A-T, NEET, National Educational Alliance for Technology. That is, it is a PPP projects. That means private participation is there. Second point is it adopts technology for bettering learning outcomes, and third one, it is for higher education. Three basic ideas. That is, PPP, it is a PPP based projects. It adopts technology for bettering learning outcomes, and third one is it is for higher education, and the objective is to use artificial intelligence to make learning more personalized and customized as per the requirements of the learner. That is, it aims to develop adaptive learning to address the diversity of learners, and government believes that edtech companies would be responsible for developing solutions and manage the registration of learners through NEET portals. That is, all the edtech companies will be developing certain aspects of these things, NEET portal. That is, just identify four important aspects of NEET. That is, first one is it is a PPP based project. Second one is it adopts technology for bettering the knowledge outcomes, and third one is higher education. It is for higher education, and fourth one is it adopts AI for personalized learning. Just understand these things. NEET. Okay. It is a PPP based project. Second one, it adopts artificial intelligence or technology, and it focuses on higher education. And the last one is it aims for personalized training, and edtech companies will be developing solution for NEET platform. Okay, these are the it is not like Byju's, it is rather a technology. It will be similar to Byju's in working, but not like Byju's. It is to provide better functionality or better personalized solution for students. It will be working similar to Byju's. Okay. Now I will be dealing with certain important points related to the static portion. Just revise these points or these topics more frequently, or give certain importance for these topics. Okay, I will be taking certain important points related to your static portion. The first one is modern India. I will be taking each one of the portion. Okay, modern India. Whenever you study modern India, there is a chance that the question will be from 100 or 200 year prior incident. That is, you need to know what happened in 1920. There is non-corporation movement, there is other movements. There is a chance that the question will be from Montagu-Chelmsford reform. So give an importance to something happened in 1920. You should be focusing on 1920, year 1920. Similar, it's a case of 1820. At least learn this 1920 and 1820 and also 1870. 1870 we have important events during that famine period. There is important points. Go through that also. I am not going into the static portion. I am just giving you certain ideas related to how to identify important topics. Just go through that also. That is 1920 is there, 1820 is there, 1870 is there. At least go through that. Give certain importance. Okay. Next one is in modern India. Try to focus on that. In ancient, try to identify whether there is a birth anniversary or not. There is a lot of birth anniversary. If I am going to take all that, it will take days. Just go through important sections of the art and culture. For example, Jainism. Yeah, I already discussed that there is a Kartarpur corridor and there is a chance that the question will be from Sikhism. Similar is the case of Jainism or Buddhism. If there is an important event is happening with regard to these things, go through that also. Okay, in ancient India, go through that also. In medieval India, you should go through Vijayanagara, Mughal, especially these two. If you have not, if you didn't have the idea of Vijayanagara and Mughal, at least go through the very basic of Vijayanagara and Mughal. There is a chance that there will be a question on Vijayanagara and Mughal. Okay, you should definitely go through these things. Okay, there will be certain question on either from Vijayanagara or Mughal. Next one is art and culture. There will be definitely a question from Buddhism or Jainism. There will be question from mostly from Bhakti movements. There will be question from architecture and sculptures. I am not going into all the details. You should definitely go through Buddhism, Jainism and Bhakti movements. You should definitely go through that. Buddhism, Jainism and Bhakti movements. And also there will be questions on sculptures and architecture. I cannot say that this will be coming in your prelims. If time permits, go through that also, architecture. Okay, this is related to history. Okay, for modern India, focus on 1920, 1820 and 1870. Do not restrict yourself to these years. The question will be broad based. The thing is, you can predict at least one question from these sectors. There will be a question on any of these year, that is 1870, 1820, 1920. If you are fortunate, you will be getting 2 questions. That means 2 questions out of 7 questions from modern India, 7 or 8 questions from modern India. That will be a great game changer. So just go to the end of spectrum and identify the events in 1920, 1870 and 1820 and revise it. That is enough. Okay, modern India. In ancient, I have discussed that there is important sectors. I cannot say that this will be coming in your question paper, but try to relate to your revision with important current events. There is a lot of current events happening related to ancient India. There may be a certain excavation, there may be a certain identification of certain points. Just go through that. Okay, there will be a question on, mostly there will be a question on Indus Valley civilization or Vedic civilization. This is too broad. I cannot discuss all that in these sessions. I'm just saying that you should give certain importance to Indus Valley and Vedic civilization. So, at least hello. Sorry for that. There was an error. Am I audible now? Am I audible now? I'm sorry, my network was disconnected. I didn't know. Okay. Yes. Okay. The thing is, at least go through all topics of all the topics mentioned in. Means it does not mean that you should be focusing on just these topics. You will be getting 5 or 10 questions from these. I didn't mean that. Just give certain importance to these sections. Okay. Just try to revise these sections with a little more focus. That is, in medieval, Vijayanagara is there, Mughal is there, you should focus on that. In art and culture, Buddhism and Jainism is there, Bhakti is there. I cannot predict all the questions. If I can predict, there will be nothing else is needed for prelims. I cannot predict, but I am giving you just certain suggestions for that. There can be a question on these topics. Okay, this is modern India, ancient and all history parts. In Indian polity, second one is Indian polity. There can be question on, you should be revising fundamental rights, parliaments, constitutional bodies. Definitely you will be getting at least 3 or 4 questions from these. Parliament, fundamental rights, bodies. These fundamental rights can be, if possible, extend to DPSP, fundamental duties and preamble. The first part of Lakshmian. Most of the people will be very thorough with this part. Do not overthink, just answer. Okay, that is fundamental rights, parliament and bodies. You will be getting at least 3 or 4 questions. Okay, that means a very lot for prelims. When you view prelims, the primary issue in prelims is most of the people will be making mistakes in Indian polity. Everyone will be confident in Indian polity, but no one will be giving enough thought or enough time to revise Indian polity. That can be the major issue in Indian polity. There will be at least 14 questions. More than 10 questions will be there from Indian polity, and in that fundamental rights, parliament and bodies. These are very important. You will be getting at least 4 or 5 questions from these 3 topics. Add DPSP, fundamental duties, preamble, you will get 1 more questions. So do go through this parliament, fundamental rights, bodies. You can add, try to revise Indian polity as a whole. It will be very beneficial for you. There can be a question which cannot be answered. That is not a problem, but at least get the 8 or 9 easy questions. Do not make mistakes on easy questions. You should focus on that, Indian polity. Okay, that is Indian polity. And for Indian geography, the climate is the most important. Climate and structures is the most important. That is Himalaya is there. Himalayan Peninsular region, that is most important for Indian geography as structure. If structure is considered, then there is climate. I cannot say that all these are, I cannot differentiate between the importance of these things. Okay, in Indian geography, try to complete the NCERT, India Physical NCERT. Try to revise India Physical NCERT. You will be getting most of the question. If there is a question, 3 or 4 questions, you will be getting at least 3 questions. Okay, 75% of question can be answered from that India Physical textbook. Revise that. Okay, for Indian geography. For general geography, read NCERT. There is nothing else is needed. Read NCERT, revise it. It will be okay. I cannot say that this section will be more important. There is, I didn't find any important or 2 pinpoint sections in geographical part. Considering environment, go through the basics, how environment systems work. If you have read NCERT, that is good. If you have got some other materials, that is also good. Just revise the primary parts. Do not overdo yourself on all the species, because there will be 1 or 2 questions from species, but you will be losing all other questions. First thing is focus on the basic. What do you mean by niche? What do you mean by habitat? What do you mean by food chain? What do you mean by food web? Go through that basics. Basics is very necessary for environment, and or add international organizations. Do not try to learn all the species which have been identified as critically endangered. Do not by heart all the national parks in India or wildlife sanctuaries in India. There may be questions, 1 or 2 questions from the, definitely there may be questions, but at least go through the basics. You will be getting more questions from that. Revise. If you have learned national parks, wildlife sanctuaries and important biosphere reserves, that is good, very good for your prelims. You will be getting questions, but it doesn't mean that everyone should, for the next 5 days you will be focusing on species. There is no need for that. Just get an idea, just go through, or just cover, or just see the pictures of those species. You will get enough information. Okay, at least in 2 or 3 questions you can answer at least 1 question. Okay, that is environment. And economics, there will be very different perspectives there. I cannot say that this section is important. Almost all sections there will be a wide range of questions or wide varieties of questions in economics. Just try to remember the very basics. If there is a chance, it will be true. Okay, in economics, in a statement, if there is a chance that the question statement is true, then it will be correct. Okay, I cannot give an outright suggestion for economics. Rather, it will be better for you to revise your economics portion. All these are from static portion. Get an idea on these things. Okay, for next 5 days you will be 4 days, right? Today is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday. There is 4 days. Just go through all these things. Okay, this is for static portion. And for 1 minute, as a suggestion for elimination, I know everybody has been getting various inputs. I have written 6 prelims, so with that experience I am suggesting you certain basic ideas regarding elimination techniques. Okay, do not overdo on this. Do not believe that elimination alone can result in your success. The thing is, you have learned enough. Okay, you have understood the very basics of all the topics. You have understood enough from all the static portion. You have learned current affairs. Then you need to have certain elimination techniques or tips for prelims 2020. You can be identifying certain statements. Okay, the very basic things, everyone knew this. I'm just giving you the basic suggestions. I'm not giving you a new lecture on this. I'm giving you the basic facts already available in the market. The first one is try to identify the extreme statements. There is a chance that it will be 90% it will be wrong. For example, India is the only country in a organization, or India is the only country having this resource. There is a very less chance for that. Identify that. Okay, first one is extreme statement you should identify. Second thing is, if there is a number, it is also a flag. If there is a number on your statement or UPSC statement, that is a flag for you. You need to evaluate or rethink on that, whether that can be correct. You should recheck. For example, there was in 2017 or 18 there was a question on sovereign bond. It is of 4 lakh. The number given was 4 lakh, but actually it was 40,000. Okay, give certain ideas. Almost all the time, the numbers, the statement with numbers, there is a chance that it will be wrong. It doesn't mean that it is wrong always. it means that there is a chance that I am not saying that whenever there is a number the statement will be wrong. I'm not saying that, but there is a chance that there is a probability, that a large probability that it will be wrong. It is based on previous year trends and analysis. That is, there is a chance that it will be wrong. Second flag, that is number. And third one is related to names or certain phrases or certain ideas from ancient medieval history or just history. Okay, for example, there was a question Arakata, there was a question on certain other things. The idea is, whenever you get a basic idea on these things, for example, this question, for example, there is a question on what do you mean by Gavishti? In India there is a term Gavishti. Okay, search for cow, Gavishti. If there is a statement on, try to relate it with the already existing words, or most of the terms from history or especially ancient history will be taken from Sanskrit. That means Sanskrit has a relation with your language, be it Tamil, be it Malayalam, be it Hindi. There is a relation that these terms are interrelated. Try to relate it with your language or terms available with your language so that you can have a better guess. You can take a better guess. Okay, that is the idea of relating with the already existing words. For example, in the case of Gavishti, you can relate it with Gav or village. You can also relate it with Go or Go Mother or cow. It is actually related to cow. So you have identified that it will be related to Gav, village, or Go means Go Mother or cow. Okay, then search for the statement or related with the statements or options given in the question. If certain options is related to the already identified words, then try to take that guess. It will be beneficial. There is a chance that you will be getting more marks from that. And next one is 50-50 chance. You have eliminated two options and you have eliminated two options. There is, you have eliminated, consider you have eliminated A and C. There is B and D. You are stuck upon that. There is a most probability, the most issue will be, or the largest issue will be this. You will be stuck in the remaining two, and everybody will be complaining that whichever option I choose, that will be wrong. Okay, in that time, as a technique, I will be going for intuition. What my gut says, I will be doing that. I have been successful. You can also go for that. Take chances. Okay, whatever your gut says, take chances. For example, in last year's question, there was two questions with similar options. Okay, I cannot remember that question. Two questions, very close questions or consecutive questions with similar options. I knew that at least one of that question will be having the answer of that option. I took a chance. I marked that option as answer for two questions. One become wrong and other become correct, and I have left with plus 1.33 marks. Okay, take whatever your gut says, take that chance. Be confident in your examination hall. That is very necessary for your examination. Be confident. Confidence helps to crack your examination. For example, in the Malayalam movie Truth, Tilakan says that for every question there will be answer in your inner self. Similar to that is the case of prelims. You have the answers, you have already learned enough. Just go through that, just revise it, just confidently attend it. If you are not having confidence, it can affect your marks, but if you have confidence, nothing matters. Okay, just do it very confidently. There is nothing wrong will happen. I believe all of you will pass. These are the basic ideas I want to share with you. Almost every topic I believe that will repeat in prelims 2020 was taken by me, and it doesn't mean that all these 150 questions will be there. I'm not saying that. I'm not claiming for repeatability, or I am not claiming for my incredible ability for predict. I'm just saying that there is a chance that almost every aspirants or every experienced aspirants has a tendency to identify certain important topics. That's only what I'm doing. I have given certain inputs. I think it can help in your prelims examination. Go for that. Do it confidently. The confidence does matters for you. It is essential for you, and just remember that it is going to be your success. Believe in yourself and try to revise more. Okay, that will be for you. Do you have any doubts? If you have any doubts, let me know. I will be taking certain questions. Do not ask all the doubts from static portions or current affairs questions. I may not be fluent in all those things, but if you have any doubt regarding your preparation or your strategies, just ask me. I can say that I can give certain inputs on that. The thing is, you should be confident. Okay. My only suggestion is you should be confident. My only 100% successful suggestion is do it confidently. CSAT, for CSAT, I think you all can clear CSAT examination. Just go through the previous year questions. Just try to do certain previous year questions. That will do wonders. That can do wonders, because most of the questions from UPSC prelims is similar to the previous year questions. There is no difference. At least go through questions for past 5 years, that is 2014, 15, 16, 17, and 17, 18, and 19. Revise it. Do the previous year question. That will be fine. If you are scoring more than 100 in each and every paper, you are well and good. No need to worry. If you are not confident in CSAT, try to revise the part. Do not overstress on English. Try to you can go for arithmetics. It will be very easily. 50 questions correctly in mock test, and I believe it is in GS. In this time I want to share my experience. Most of the time, that is in 2017, 2019, 2016, etc. I always try to answer very little numbers of mock tests, because I always feared of mock test, because in 2016 I have prepared almost every topic. I was confident, and due to that confidence I took a chance, and I thought that okay, let's take a all India test so that I can understand where I am standing. And I took an test, and I got 16 marks, not 16 questions. I got 16 marks in one examination, and in second examinations, so that I become more and more enthusiastic. I believed that another one will be around 116 or 200. Then I took some other, I got 60 marks. But almost in every prelims test series or in every prelim mock test I took, I will be getting around maximum of 90 marks. I never got anything better than 90 in any mock test, but in actual prelims I will be getting in 2016 I got around 138, in 2017 I got around 124, around more than 124, at least for 115 I will be getting in actual prelims examination. That means the mock test does not reflect your ability, because nobody can replicate actual UPSC level question. The most of the current affairs will be focused on single month or a single 2 months or 3 months. That doesn't help in evaluating yourself. Do not worry about that. Do not worry about your mock test marks. Okay, this time is yourself to revise it better. Go through previous year questions. Previous year question can help in identifying the patterns of UPSC questions. Just go through that. Do not over worry on all these things. Try to have multiple attempts or multiple rounds in your prelims examination. Try to give multiple rounds. In the first round you should get an idea on the questions in prelims. For example, I'll be giving another suggestion. This is just a suggestion. Do not say that this is the strategy for prelims. This is what I did. Whenever you get your question paper, try to open a bit, at least get an idea on what is there in question paper. Open your question paper, even before you are breaking that seal. Just open the side and just see what's inside it. You will be getting at least 2 or 3 questions, that will definitely boost your confidence. Confidence level is the most important. Do not do all the questions in a single round. Rather, go for a managed try. Go for just give a question, then if you do not know that question, leave it. Read every questions thoroughly, but if you do not know the answers, leave it and go for the another question. You can take 1, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, 4 rounds or 5 rounds, whatever it takes, take it. But keep it in mind that if you are going to do it in 4 rounds, do allocate your times wisely. Do not give 1.5 hours or 1 hour 45 minutes for first round. Give 40 minutes for first round, so that every questions will be covered. Come back, revise, come back, revise. In each time your time taken will be reduced, because already you have answered certain questions. There is no need for going on that. Okay, that should be focused. Answering based on rounds will be very beneficial. It will help in enhancing your confidence as well. And the last point is, try not to mark the answers of other questions. For example, do not error mark, or for 8th question, do not mark in the 9th bubble. Never do that. It will cost you very dearly. Never do that. Mark correctly. Mark your answers correctly. That is very essential for your prelims. If you are stressed in your examination hall, you are going to mark different questions, and you will not be even identifying that mistakes in your examination hall. Go through your answers or go through your option wisely and identify that this question is related to compare. Okay, for example, if you are reading 8th question, when you are going to mark, first check the question number. Identify or locate 8th question. and mark the corresponding answers. Okay, that should be your strategy. Do not stress on that also. Okay, I think I have discussed on every aspects. I believe it is important, which is important for your prelims 2020. Do you have any questions or any suggestions? Try to take all the PrelimsDhyan tests from our app. We will also be uploading MainSDhyan after prelims examination. MainSDhyan will be providing similar inputs to you. Try to download the app. MainSDhyan will be available for all in our app. There will be mains test series, main short test series will also be there. The plans and details will be released after the prelims. Do not worry about mains test series or mains now. Just focus on your prelims. If you have any doubts, do ask me. If you do not, you can close your class. Okay. Do you have any doubts? Okay, thank you all. Thank you for being with me for these 10 sessions. I think I have given you certain inputs that can help in your prelims. And thank you for all. Thank you all. Thank you for the support. We will see in MainSDhyan. See you soon. Take care. Be confident in your prelims examination. Do not worry. You are well prepared. Just go for the examination. Thank you all.